I think that as the friendship, you know, gets better, you guys get closer, then that's when you can actually define what that friendship may look like.
Our relationship with Jesus was established on the fact that he came giving,
Right.
not getting.
Just start on the vibes. It's a good place to start.
Yeah.
But as it grows, there has to be somebody has to be intentional. It has to be either you have to advise yourself and determine to be a blessing to the person.
Yeah.
Someone has asked me before that, so this your friend, what's the purpose of it? Like, why is she your friend? And in that moment, I didn't necessarily have. I was like, oh, she's a nice person. I like it. She's my friend.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Conversations with Elton. I'm Elton, your host. This is a space where we have real conversations about life, growth, and the things we usually don't talk about much. If today happens to be your first time, you are welcome. If you've been here before, thank you for rocking with us. So we are starting a new season, and we are going to look at the topic of relationships, and not just relationship between a guy and a girl, but we are looking at relationships in general, and we are going to have some very interesting discussions on this topic. You know, relationships are God's gift to us. God gives us relationships so that we can live the blessed kind of life. Now, although relationships are God's gift to us, is one area where people also suffer a lot, and people go through a hard time. And sometimes people ask the right wisdom they need to navigate relationships in general. So this season, we are just going to look at the topic of relationships, how to navigate the various relationships we have. As I said earlier, relationships are given to us by God. They are supposed to be a blessing. And I believe that there are two kinds of relationships that we have, or people are in your life maybe for two reasons. One, sometimes to help you to accomplish a task, or they are there for a season of your life. But there's another kind of relationship that God gives you to help you to fulfill destiny. So today we are just going to look at, or this episode, we are going to look at how to build great relationships, especially relationships that affect your destiny, help you to have a great future, and help you to live out God's purpose for your life. And I'm not going to do that alone. Today I'm blessed to have some friends with me. I have Love, I have Mickey, and I have Edwina with us on this episode. So we are going to talk about how to build great, lasting, and fulfilling relationships. So join us as we have this very interesting discussion. All right, so guys, you're welcome. Good to see all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Right. So, guys, when it comes to relationship, what comes to your mind?
Oh, I would say doing life with someone or a group of people, a
Doing life,
community.
okay.
Yeah.
For me, it's just something that I think everybody would need to survive on this earth. Every single person would need. So that's what comes to my mind when it comes
So a
to
need.
relationship, like a need for everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Edwina.
I think based on scripture, like Bible even tells us that he didn't create us to be alone. Like he
Woman
puts
of
us
God.
That's it. That's right.
he didn't create us to be alone. So I mean that's why relationships matter.
Right. So there's a very interesting scripture I want to share with us. I think I preached this at someone's wedding. Proverbs 14 verse 4. Bible says that where no oxen are, the trough is clean, but much increase comes by the strength of the ox. What the scripture says, the understanding of the scripture is that now, if you want a clean manger or a clean space, then you don't need ox. But once you have them in your space, you should be ready to clean the mess they come with. So although relationships are a blessing, there's an effort required to have the blessing of relationships. So that's what we are going to look at today. How do we have great relationships? Because they'll never happen by accident. They'll never happen by wishing. I know many people wish they had great relationships. Sometimes you be listening to people, and sometimes our parents, they'll tell you that this person has been my friend for like 30 years. This person has been my friend for 25 years. And you look at your life, you're in the university and you don't even have your friends from SHS still in your life, and then you wonder how did our parents keep their relations. So today I'm just going to look at how do we keep relationships for long. So I don't know who's going to start with us. How do you build great relationships?
How do you build? I think first of all, you need to have like a goal for the relationship, or
Right.
you need to have like a, what did you say, like purpose for the relationship.
Okay.
And because I was thinking about this today when I was taking my bath, that it's amazing how we don't really do a lot to start like not start a relationship. We don't do a lot to find to like somebody.
Okay.
Just like how a man will see a girl and just be interested.
Right.
A lady can see another lady, not sexually, not romantically, but we just like this person. And for me, I'm thinking, where did it come from in the first place? I think it's God that puts it there.
Like a
And
design. all
yeah,
of us.
you just meet somebody and all of a sudden you just like, you don't know, you didn't do anything to like, you didn't even know that you're going to meet this person, but you just started. So I thought about like, it's very, very interesting how God is the one, and then God must have
Okay.
a particular goal for doing this with this person, because there are obviously people that you see them, it's not like you hate them or you don't like them necessarily, but there's just not this intrinsic thing to just go after the person or just want to be the person's friend.
Right.
So for me, I think that God must have really, really, really have a purpose for making you like somebody, want to have a relationship with the person. So I think with that, if you have that and you're able to define that, you start having a very good relationship.
Right. So Mickey's
Yeah.
talking about purpose. I don't know if anybody has anything to add.
Okay, I have a question on Mickey's side, but before that, I would say personally, what I've come to
Right.
learn, because I think I'm someone who has struggled with relationships, and not romantic, just like general.
I like your disclaimer. we are good to go.
Before they say, hey,
But intentionality,
Right.
because sometimes, like Mickey says, you meet someone, you click, you like the person, whether your gender, the opposite gender, but then I think people feel like work must be put into just romantic relationship,
Okay.
even like family relationship, corporate relationship, different kinds of. You can't just ride on good vibes and I just like who you are.
Okay.
Because the more you get to know someone, you get to see things about the person. You just get to know them better, and sometimes things just dwindle. People are not in the mood. Life is happening. I realize that if you're not intentional to pursue a relationship, just like you would a romantic one,
Right.
even when you are not in the best of headspace, you can also lose.
Okay.
So to have like lasting, I think boys do well with that. Like
Yeah.
intentionality. Like you guys, you give us the key, the secret. Like you,
Guys are simple.
yeah,
I
but
think that-
I think that's
intentionality, like you just come and hang out and just play game, or like, oh Charlie, we are meeting here, let's go and eat. Like very intentional. Ladies, there it takes us a while.
I mean, maybe
but-
I'll come to that. Maybe I should have a question. That is it like guys don't have like a barrier, or you know, for example, because I play basketball, I have a lot of friends on the basketball court. So, and I met them on the basketball court,
right.
but it looks like we've had a great relationship all these years.
Yeah.
And it's just one thing that's brought us together. Just a leather
Basketball.
ball on the court, just running
That
around.
was our leather ball. what do we used to bond?
I mean, Mickey was talking about purpose and vision. I don't know if you have any friend or a group of friends that like purpose is what has kept you guys together.
I think I'll use my relationship with Louisa
Okay.
No.
for an example. That I think that we became friends like under very weird circumstances, because I think at the beginning I just didn't like a vibe. And
Why didn't you like a vibe? Okay, it's
I
fine.
have a friend like that, one of my close extreme. It makes sense.
I just didn't like a vibe, but we ended up being in the same choir, and then we used to just go together. So that's how come, moving around together got us close. And then I think when it comes to purpose, I realized that she plays a very key role in my life. Like she was
Right.
placed in my life for a purpose,
Right.
because we are literally doing life almost every day, and it's one of the beautiful relationships that I have.
Right.
That's
That's
I see thriving. Yeah.
Right.
So sometimes purpose is very important. Sometimes you create some relationships from the get-go. You don't know why this person is in your life.
Right.
But with time, you get to understand that, okay, this person is here to teach me something, or puts me in a path where I didn't think that I belong.
Right.
Yeah.
Guys, I have a question on this whole issue of purpose and relationship,
Okay.
right? Because like what Edwina mentioned, where she met Louisa at first, she didn't really like her. They became friends. It's now that she's recognizing the
Yeah.
purpose. So she didn't necessarily befriend Louisa with the intention of, oh, I want to see your goal. I've seen the goal or the reason or the purpose in your life. But I find that I've met people who, someone has asked me before that, so this your friend, what's the purpose of her? Like, why is she your friend? And in that moment, I didn't necessarily have, I was like, oh, she's a nice person. I like her. She's my friend. And they were like, no, every friendship must have a goal. And I was like, isn't that, not, the word is not manipulative. Isn't that, using someone to get something? Is it manipulative? It's almost like, oh, I would only make a friend if I can see.
Because of what I can get.
Isn't that opportunistic? Yes,
Right.
because of what I can get from you. Like, yeah, I like Clue, but no, I will not befriend him until, just an example, until I see that, oh, he does architecture, he does sound, it may benefit me, then, oh, yeah, I'll make an effort. But beyond what I can get from Clue, like, let's use Clue, for example, beyond what I can get from him, I will not come close if I'm not gaining something. Like, is it wrong to have a friend just to have a friend?
I think that's good. It's a good question. I think that when we talk about purpose, we should look at it in two ways.
Okay.
We are looking at purpose as in being a blessing to the person, and then the person also being a blessing to you. As a matter of fact, I think that what should define your friendships is not necessarily what do I get from this, but we should go with the intention of what can I give to this person.
Yeah.
I think it's a good place to start. When we start from that position, you'll be amazed that because you went in with the desire to want to be a blessing to somebody, you ended up gaining the person.
Yeah.
Like Jesus, he gave his life to us, and now we live our lives giving our lives to him. He did not come because of what he could get for us, from us. He came because of what he could give to us.
Yeah.
So our relationship with Jesus was established on the fact that he came giving,
Right.
not getting.
I don't think anyone has ever met someone who's like, I'm your friend because of what I get. I don't
Yes,
never.
so we should always look at when somebody's in our lives, you ask, how can I be a blessing to this person?
Wow.
Once that is in place, trust me, you'll be amazed as how the person can be. Now, people are missionaries in various countries dying for Jesus. Jesus has not come so that people will go and die for him in a country somewhere as a missionary. But he came so he could offer life to them.
Yeah.
And once we receive the life, we give our best to Jesus.
I think that we've answered. I think we can close this. Like, that's the highlights for everything, and because it will work for everything, all relationships, marital, work, corporate, school relationship. It will work because I don't think, like she said, I don't think anybody goes into. I was just thinking, so is there somebody that I'm friends with now that I was like, okay, I really want to help this person, so that's why I want to be friends with the person. I really don't. I'm like, okay, so is this person going to help me? Like, what's he bringing on the table? Like, why are we friends? And sometimes I even cut off because I feel like I'm not getting anything. Like, everything is from me.
Yeah.
Like, people say that it's all
It's
me.
very one-sided.
It's one side. I think we should close this.
It helps.
Listen.
Hearing that helps me.
Right.
Because like I said, I've also struggled. And I realize that sometimes my struggle will be, oh, I am overwhelmed, or oh, I am going through something, and maybe this is how I handle things. And in my handling of things, I've sort of put a strain. But if you are thinking of the other person, like Papa said, how can you be a blessing, or how can you give? It helps to solve some of these issues. I don't think it's easy to think about this. If we said this for romance, it would have been like, oh, yeah, it's true. You have to always consider the next person, but you're not thinking about it for a friend or like a work colleague. It's rather I like your vibe. I think friendship, we roll on vibes a lot. Like, I like your vibe, not really, how can I be
flow together and all that.
Yeah.
And I think that helps us to build relationships with people of different ages. Yeah. Because you ask yourself, how can a young person be my friend? Like, you see somebody I realized some things when I went to some churches, and I saw some old men who, after service every day, they had like a pack of toffees given to the kids. These were like men in the church who everybody knows them in the church. So like a father, some of them are like grandparents in the church. But after every service, I realized that they were giving gifts like toffees to the kids in the church. So then straight away you get to the church, realize that maybe after service you are in the same church, but the kids don't come and talk to you. But I see this old man talking to the kids and realize, how is this old man talking to all these kids and they are around him? It's because he's being a blessing to them. So the kids realize that, okay, I like this man. I can also be around him. I can vibe with him. And that's how come people are in church sometimes say, oh, nobody's my friend. It's because they're always thinking about, what can I get? Who is bringing me something?
Yeah.
They're not thinking about, okay, let me befriend this person. And what can I give to this person? Right? So, a good point, Mickey's point on purpose and vision.
Before we move on, what would you say to that? What you just described? What would you say to someone who would say, but that's pressure, friendship too? Like, that's a lot to have to bring. Like, just for that example, I have to bring toffee. You have to, like, it's just my friend. I can't be there. Why do I have to do all that? Like, that's a lot of pressure.
I mean, every friendship is built on generosity. You can't build any great or lasting friendship without generosity. It's going to be very, very, very difficult. You can't. There's not much you can do. If you check any friendship that has been good, it's just two people who have been generous to each other. And as Pastor Rod said, it's not. You know, when you talk about generosity, straight away people start thinking about money. And Pastor Rod always tells us it's not the rich who give, it's the generous who give. There's always something you can give. You can give a smile. You can give a word of encouragement. You can always your time, your presence. The ministry of presence is something that we really don't give to people. Just being there for the sake of being there. I just came to be with you. I did not come because of any reason. I came to visit you. Even if you don't have anything to talk about, I'm here in the same space with you.
Oh.
Right. So I think what I wanted to look at is maybe sometimes there are certain levels to friendship. Like maybe in these stages, like from the beginning, you wouldn't really know why, like how come you guys came together, you guys are friends. But I think that as the friendship, gets better, you guys get closer, then that's when you can actually define what that friendship may look like. So maybe there's just, for instance, in CY, we have Ahava meetings. You come to Ahava, everybody's definitely your friend. There's no enemy there, but you don't have friendship with everybody. So that's like a general level of like being friends with the people in your community.
Yeah.
And then out of that community, you realize that there are certain people in there that, you want to build more meaningful,
Like have
better,
a vision. Yeah,
like have a vision and purpose. So we have, maybe you can say it's about 50 people. All the 50 are your friends, but you are doing life with probably maybe 2 or just 3. So those ones, you can now question that, okay, why am I, like, the purpose of that relationship? Because as you guys tend to talk, it will come up. You realize that this person holds me when I'm sometimes down. This person encourages me. This person does that. So I think maybe the levels of it makes you understand the relationship better and find the purpose of it as it goes on. Yeah.
And you obviously, we can't move into a space where you have a deep relationship without it first being shallow. I think one of the mistakes people do is they just want to jump into a deep relationship. They just want to have like a very close friend. It always has to be a foundation of this person was just, we're in the same group, we're in the same class, we were talking. And as Edwina Olav was saying it, there are people in my life that when I met them, I never thought they would be in my life today. Some of the people who are there today are the people I never thought they would be like in my life later. Those who I thought that they'll be there, some of them are not there. So the relationship will always progress. It will always become better with time. It will always head towards something beautiful. Yeah. Mickey, you were going to say something.
No, I was just going to say that I hope that we are not making it look like over the top, making it look so rigid. I'll just say that you can just start on the vibes. It's a good place to start. But as it grows, somebody has to be intentional. It has to be either you have to advise yourself and determine to be a blessing to the person, and then eventually there will be like some purpose for the relationship. Because I just feel like the way we are saying it, we make it look like, hey, you have to have a goal. So what's like I met somebody today,
Yeah.
and instead of you
What's the
just
goal?
allowing it to
Why
be
you
very
alive?
to very mutual and just feel free and just be nice. It can just start with saying, you've never said hello to somebody in the church before. Never. Yeah. Sometimes you may realize the person is even wearing the same shirt as you. It's an opportunity for you to just start something. Like you see somebody.
Yes.
I mean, we never said in the Uber, you never say hello to the Uber driver. You always sit at the back looking very, very shabby.
On your phone.
Like, and then you're not even saying
Sometimes if you want to
anything.
even engage you, you don't want to talk. You say, who is this guy? I just want my
Like
peace.
talking too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Focus and drive.
So you can just build on vibes, listen, ask questions, listen to him, like just vibe with him.
Yeah.
One day, you even realize that he's somebody that can help you later, come and pick you when you're hot somewhere,
Yeah.
and you don't have a car, your car has broken down something. So there will always be a goal for a relationship, but start on vibes,
Yeah.
and eventually don't let it just be there, or else everybody will just be friends with a madman on the
Ah.
street. Because
You always have a very interesting point at the point in time.
sorry,
So how did you think about this?
so because I'm looking at it, I'm just listening to somebody saying in their head that what's goal again? Let's just flow. But
Right.
if you are friends with you can then we can be friends with somebody who is not okay,
No, let me-
because there's no goal unless your goal is to bring the
Hey,
person out of.
there can be a goal. in that.
Okay, but
It's
I
not-
think
it's not necessarily-
Edwina came from the points where she said, like, you just let the friendship flow.
Yeah.
With time, you'll know who is
You would-
there for something
For
else.
something, yeah.
And I think this is how it actually works.
But there's some people that know that you can't find any goal.
So that's what she
No,
said.
so
that
that's-
out of the
goal.
50, you
You
get
just
your
start
two.
doing your life together.
that you,
And there are times where, for example, we go to God and go like, God, I need this in my life, or I need an answer to something, and it will amaze you that the answer is going to come from somebody who is in your life. So that is how relationships move from a place of just like, what do we say, an acquaintance
Yeah.
to something which is better. That's how it starts. It will amaze you that many people are walking around answered prayers because the relationships that they have are the answered prayers, but they are not moving to the place where the relationship becomes a blessing to them.
Right.
So they just keep it at, okay, nobody is surface. But obviously, when you're working with God, God is a God of community.
Yeah.
He puts people in community to be blessed by the community. When you look through the Bible, God has always been leading his people. The very first thing God ever said is not good was for man to be alone. Even when it comes to man fulfilling his purpose, you think about it. Adam was doing everything right. Adam never had a problem. God never came and said, Adam, I think that the agenda I gave you to take care of the garden, you are not doing it well. So I think you need some. No. Adam was doing very well, but his purpose had to get to another level. And God said that, no, I'm not going to send angels. I'm not going to come myself, but I'm going to give you a relationship
Right.
to help you to become better at what you are doing. So I think that, as Edwina said, at a place where generally we have a good friendship, we are vibing, it becomes better with time.
I don't think you go and then you ask your friend that you've gotten close to that, what's her purpose?
I think Mickey
I think
wants
that's.
to go and, Mickey wants to take something out of his life after the episode.
I don't think there's a question. You don't go asking, but you realize that this person is here for a purpose.
Yeah.
So it just comes to you, but you don't go, hey, you. This is our friendship that we have.
What is the purpose of it?
I know it's time. I know we have to, but some people, sometimes you just have to, like, if after some years, you have to be like this,
Why are you
this
here?
friendship. Like, am I? No, okay. What about? Maybe I'm asking it the wrong way. I'm saying that, okay, how are you benefiting? Am I being of help to you?
Yeah.
This relationship that we
Assess
have?
the
Am I?
relationship.
Yes. Lack
So
of better.
I mean, I think once the relationship is getting somewhere, what we can do is to have very good conversations over tea or
Hey.
food. Okay.
Matcha.
Somebody will say
Matcha.
over tea. But over tea, over coffee, you can just meet up and say, oh, look, I realize that we've been good friends for a while.
Yeah.
And I believe that this friendship can become better. And this is what I'm asking. How can I make you better? not what can I get from you.
Yeah.
I think we should always come from the point of how can I
make
become of a greater blessing to you.
Be surprised.
Yeah, you'll be amazed at how the person will open up and tell you, I think you can help me in this. I think I've seen this about you, and I want to learn that from you. So I think it works.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we have to take a break.
Oh,
We'll be back with part 2 of this conversation. So God bless you. See you another time.
See you in part 2.